2019 Euro JPY. As always, what I like to do is mark up my key liquidity levels, right? So we're just tapping this, and then it looks like we're going to head for this range here. And then I like to mark out where momentum has begun, this uptrend. I'm gonna start off at this bottom range here, right? We won't use this because this is the true bottom, right? This is where momentum started building up from. And we're not using the wicks because these wicks have already been swept, right? We'll rather use this level here. Okay. Also, we're keeping in note that this is the liquidity pocket that I always talk about. So pretty much all these long retail investors have their stops at the liquidity pocket. Okay. That's pretty much the theory behind it. And yeah, we're looking to take our bias, and there's a couple bias here. I'm looking for sweeps, or I'm looking for some sort of momentum build up to take these high. All right. I'm not gonna try to talk too much though, because I'm backtesting. Live session. Yeah, as always, we wait for some sort of reaction first. Try to see if potential tops can form. So right now we're getting this, and gonna note this out here. Top order block. Yeah, when I start off backtesting, I like to get an overall high time frame bias set in before I do anything else. So this is the liquidity move that I'm always talking about as well. So it looks like we're getting prepped for a key move to either take this or this. Alright, here's our first tap. I'm gonna start doing some annotating now. Okay, let's just have a look at what we got. So we got this momentum move to create topside liquidity. We're getting this move here. Finally got our big aggressive push. So this is like some sort of raid, right? I like hearing this term raid because it makes sense, bro. Pretty much price is attacking into these buys here, okay? So we're coming down to this range. There's also a huge imbalance here. There's also a key level where I want to see a flip here, because once we go down to this, right, it's a like pretty much a big gap that's been created from this impulsive move. So I like to see momentum build, or I like to see this completely crash down, right? It's just a high time frame bias, which is what I used to get on my 1 hour. If you go into 4 hour, right, still the same thing, right? 4 hour gives you a high visual, but 4 hour plays obviously take much longer to play out. Your trades will take like 2-3 days to play on the 4 hour. We're trying to look for our bias first before we take some scalps. But if we go into the 50-minute, right, it looks pretty simple here. Okay, we got some sort of flip zone that might occur. Alright, but we're gonna stay out here for now. Okay, so got this build down here, aggressive move. Likely to see some sort of retracement. This also is building up a fair value gap that could be attacked. This could tap into here, come back up. So what we're looking for is pretty much a tap tap take. Alright, so we'll play out on this 50-minute. My options is this is my POI, or I wait for this to get tapped pretty much. Alright, in our first test. So yeah, pretty simple. There's a fair value gap here. The reason why I'm not choosing this is because pretty much this is where the liquidity began to break down from, right? This is more likely to get hit. Okay, invalidation can be above top, but it most likely depends on how we get our reaction here, right? So I'm gonna remove these two lines, don't really need it that much anymore. Okay, well, what do we want to see here? We want to target these lows. So this is our target. And I want to see a breakdown of a key level. So let's wait for a breakdown in here. 50-minute. Change this to 5. Alright, let's take this. Alright, hopefully we don't get wicked. Alright, targets got hit. We reached only 1 hour on this move, by the way. Yeah, pretty clean entry, by the way. So fair value gap right here. I did limit order though, so I should have did market, but that's fine. And Abs, are you still here, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, shoot. I'm gonna leave my trade opens. Yeah, I won't delete it. We'll leave that open
Yeah, alright.
to look back on. Sweet. Okay, mute yourself, buddy. Alright, we got our first tap of the retest zone. Let's play it out for a bit. Okay, let's zoom out to 1 hour again. This is 1 hour, 1 hour. Okay. Key liquidity. Impulsive move. Tap into a fair value gap. Momentum's still there. I just do think that this whole move could just completely attack into these lows. That would be ideal, right? Because we're sweeping all of this, and then we take it back to the highs, right? That would be the ideal situation. The overall high time frame buys for the upside, like this is like the most likely that we can hit again, right? We just take out this liquidity up here, right? We did deviate a bit lower from there though. So yeah. Alright. So we're gonna use this key high as our potential level of reaction. Retest zone go hit here. Bottom side liquidity. Let's go for this as a target mainly. So this is a big inefficiency. This is the target for shorts. And if we do get some kind of high time frame bull bias, that can be only formed by like some sort of strong momentum break here to target the top side. But my overall bias is bearish right now, so I wouldn't be looking for longs quite yet. Okay. However, since we already reached our target, I would like to see some sort of flip to break above. I mean, the only way we would have to, the only confirmation I need here is, let's go to the 5. Okay, so this is looking quite bullish here. Alright, once we break above, so let's wait for that break. Not yet, not yet. Alright, don't need to enter longs yet. Alright, let's take this. Invalidation is going to be pretty tight, so I could get wicked. 2.4. Okay, let's take this 1.5. We're targeting back, and I'll switch to the high time frame to get an easier TP. I think this is fine. We don't need to catch the whole move. We could run up to here, but this is fine for me personally. Right? I would rather have my confirmed trade and it keeps running a little bit, rather than trying to catch the whole trade and we just miss the TP and it runs back. Let's speed it up. Alright, that is tough. Alright, easy. Oh, bro, it did even entry. Fuck, Abs, you see that?
Yeah, wow.
Oh, we did limit order. Alright, that's fucked up. We wouldn't even count that then, right?
Were you meant to put a market, yeah?
Yeah, it was meant to be market. Whatever. We won't count that. We won't count that. We just leave that one out.
Damn.
Yeah, that's fine though. So yeah, that's a good mistake that you caught live on camera. Good stuff. I fucked up right there with a limit order. But you guys see how that played out. Pretty much we waited for this confirmation to break to target this. But that's fine. We'll take that little L right there for missing out on the order. Because I do want to show you guys that it's realistic to make these mistakes. Even though that was a stupid mistake. Because some of you guys made it as well when you think that like you feel really guilty and stuff, but it happens, you know. Setting limit orders and it gets flies above your limit order. So yeah, that was supposed to be market. I would have done market if it was a live trade. Anyways, let's get rid of all these levels. Alright, we'll leave the top side, inefficiency. Now I want to farm a narrative again, okay? So we made this upside move, created the top side liquidity, aggressive move downside into this key level, get a pushback up into this order block. It is looking quite bullish here with a double tap, but this is also a sweep of these lower time frame highs. We zoom to the 15M. So yeah, this is a nice move right here. Taps into the liquidity, sweeps out. Now this is the break that we're looking for, okay? We want these lows to be completely broken down. And like I always planned, right? We want to see a flip, okay? So the flip zone is like, you gotta be ready for it to come. You don't get to draw it when it already happened, alright? So yeah, there's a lot of moves that we're trying to look for. That can be our first confirmation. And this is even a better confirmation, okay? So yeah, we wouldn't want to take longs right here yet. Because this already got swept, right? As in like, if you wait for it to come again, take longs, then it wouldn't make that much sense, right? The purpose has already been served. Alright, we missed that one. Okay. So yeah, if we put this to break even, we would go absolutely fucked right here, right? Price breaks down, and it didn't tap into this zone. It comes back, and almost. I mean, if I did set break even, I would have stopped right here. Just keep that in mind. Just trying to let you guys know. This looks like a news candle right here as well. Trying to speed this up a little bit. Yeah, this is not something that's ideal, right? A 1-day trade. Okay, there we go. Completely run through. Let's go find our POY. So our POY is all the way down here, right? Now the momentum has started. This trade, just speaking, like if I was to journal this, I would have wrote that I should have, instead of trying to catch the whole move, right? Even though like it hit TP, I should have tried to aim a little bit higher, right? It's just all these slight deviations that happen. It's still fine, but also I would have kept in mind that break-even trades won't help me out here because I entered on the break of structure, and the break of structure got retwisted, right? It breaks under this low, right? Comes down here, and then price just wants to run these stops here, alright? Keep in mind like all this stuff that happens in the chart. Don't just like be like damn or like wow when you hit TP or stop loss. Look at what happens during the trade, okay? I don't care about this to this, right? I also care about what happens in this range, okay? Like the trade is less like I told you guys before, it either distributes breaks or either consolidates breaks, okay? In this case is consolidating them breaks, okay? So guys, look at this consolidation pattern. Consolidates, stops out retail, and it also stops out retail from the bottom, right? You'll notice this happens a lot. Even notice right here, right? Runs down, runs up, breaks. Okay? So yeah, a lot of PYs to be hit, and we also had a key liquidity move. So this is another retail liquidity pocket that's getting ran for right now. Alright, this key level right here. Let's look at the 1 hour again. You want to narrate, find out buyers, top side, breakdown, consolidate, break. Okay, this new looks really aggressive, but now it's time to show you guys a continuation trade, okay? So since we already know this is going to be targeted as liquidity, we do want to look for entries, okay? Fair value gaps need to be taken into context though. So Yeah, this is gonna be a tough example, but this is gonna be a high time frame trade. Let's go to the 5 minute. We want to keep our stops pretty wide here as we're going for a swing. So this is a swing, not a scalp. We're trying to get ready for this move, and we're going to take some trades in between, okay? I'm going to put my stop losses right above this liquidity level. And during this, we're going to be trying to look for some other potential fills, okay? We're going to keep this level in mind as well. So this is going to be our target for longs. And if price comes back to here, I would look to get some sort of different bias change, okay? There, right there. So this is a live trade, that would have been another entry, okay? That fair value gap. We kind of played that out too fast. Okay, let's zoom into this zone. Alright, target for longs, target for longs. Confirmation zone again. Damn, I don't feel I feel or I did feel that. Alright, we got fucked right there. So that's a good example. This will probably just reverse from my stop, but my bias is still the same. Let's see if we get a clear break again. I'm gonna retake this. Alright, easy. Okay. Yeah, Abs, you see that?
A beautiful trade.
Yeah, this one wasn't beautiful. So even though I got wrecked right there, I wouldn't change my bias, okay? Because my confirmation zone was that, entered at that, and then I got stopped right there. That was like super close to what is it? Yeah, that was just fucked. Like we got wicked by this pretty much. But it's a good example. So why did I set my stop loss there? I set it because this is where momentum begun. Let's actually zoom out to 1 hour as my example. So wherever momentum begins is where it's likely to run back to, right? So momentum began here, and we drew out this line, and look what happens. Or there's something to keep in mind as well. It runs momentum and has those little bottom wicks to run stops, which is what happened to me. So let's zoom back into the 15 minute. So we had that momentum run. So you see what I mean by time is like price action time. It's just fractal, right? So wherever momentum begins on the larger time frame, like begins like that, bang, this zone is likely to get retested. So that pattern is like high time frame and lower time frame it forms. So when momentum begins to break here, it gets ran through. Tiny little deviation. I didn't put it slightly lower. I should have put it down even to this level. Right. That's just a mistake. But yeah, my bias didn't change. So even though I got stopped, like the fact that we're coming back above this confirmation zone and having this pattern again, right? Breaking above strong here. It looks bullish from here. Break above. You could have honestly just not tried to catch the whole move and instead catch this move and then find a re-entry, okay? Just a small minor things to fix on that I'm even telling you guys by myself. But overall, like realistically, when I trade a big account, which is what I'm doing here, a 1 million account, which is what I'm going to be trading on a funded account, I guess a couple of trades of like 60k. And what day is it? It's the 12th, okay? So it's been like a week and a week and a bit, and that's 60k. All right, on a 200k account. So this is like 6R. On a 200k account, it would only be like 12k, right? Which is what you've guys seen before, like some of the weeks they hit like 20k trades. I mean 20k in profits, 10k, 15k. It's just that range. And I don't really try to like force high R, even though I can. So I could have like ran for like this bottom, like tried to catch this bottom and like put extremely tight stops, right? But you got higher odds to get stopped out. And like a systematic approach is this is what I like. Like I want to be able to catch trades all the time, right? In the span of 4 days, you're able to catch like a trade almost every day, which is ideal. Okay, so yeah, let's go back to the hourly. Try to narrate again. Okay, the bottom got swept. Like I said, we're coming back here. Break above this order block. Got attacked. Comes back down. Breaking above here. We'd like to see this imbalance get tapped before we send for this liquidity range. We're gonna delete all of this stuff. So this is the high time frame bias, pretty much. So we're gonna mark out our key levels. Let's remove the useless stuff. Bro, what? Okay, so we get our major breakdown here. So this is gonna be our HTF target, and then lower time frame. We'll see about lower time frame. Let's just wait for this to get tapped here. So this is our PY, and then this is our other PY. So yeah, taking into context, okay? Because price can just like dive all the way down here. It doesn't matter. We want to see some sort of reaction first from either of these levels. So that's why we're gonna put this to 15. I mean to 5. Okay, this can absolutely just run up, and if it does, we're gonna look for shorts back to this magnet because this is our fucking magnet. Okay, so even if price continues to run up here, we're gonna look for some sort of break and then target this level again. Okay, so we're gonna target that, or we just target this. So yeah, now that this structure has broke, we're gonna look for our first confirmation. Okay, so now this is invalid because it's breaking down structure. Alright, that's our first step. Could have taken that. Let's wait for this as well. Alright. Damn, bruh. Alright, sweet. Okay, we're not gonna try to catch the whole move. This is just a low time frame trade. I'm gonna wait for some confirmation before we swing into that target, pretty much. So yeah, ideally we can retrace a little bit back down to our targets, but this is the continuation we're looking for. Wait for the next candle. I'm not gonna take this order, but I'm gonna leave this as what I would take. But this doesn't look like a great setup. Okay, but let's just play it out. Okay, I would have almost got stopped. Okay, now it's looking decent. See, that trade if we took it would have got stopped. I don't really like fucking long in at tops. Like, it just it's horrible to be impatient, right? Even though continuation trades work, like you've seen before, when it's super aggressive, like this just drop and you know it's gonna swap this. I mean, know it's gonna sweep this liquidity. You like to just play continuation, cause like if you look on like the pattern of just like forex in general, right? You get these moves really often, right? These big, aggressive, impulsive moves, okay, on the high time frame, especially when like news and stuff, macros just occurring, you get these huge impulsive moves. You don't want to just always fight the trend by, which is what I see a lot of noobs doing, especially these people trying to learn SMC. It forces them to think that, oh, I gotta catch the top or I gotta catch the bottom. When in reality, if you look at my trades, like I'm just continuing the trend, right? Continue, 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 continuation. You wait for these bottoms to form, and you wait for these key, clear liquidity targets to come, and you take your targets. Like I could easily just long here and target all the way this high time frame target, right? Or I could, even though at the start of this video, you guys heard me say that I'm looking to target this in the high time frame. I'm not gonna short this move and target all the way down here. Why do that, right? And catch like 5R when you can take multiple lower time frame trades and be safer. All right. You don't want to risk the fact that the market's so volatile and news externally can always come in. Okay, which is what I'm just gonna say is an extra little point there. Anyway, so we're looking for another target. Right. We just got fucked right there on the imbalance. But our bias hasn't changed though, so same thing as before. Let's just play out. Do get some more deviation. Potential. I think our session's coming to an end here though, but this is something that I take. Oh yeah, session's coming to an end. Speed it up. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I only. Oh, what the fuck? It's still going. Alright, let's just run it. Like, trying to just end this. There we go. Alright, so those losses were pretty bad. Obviously, it was just fucking wicks to the stop, right? Bias wasn't wrong, so that's something to fix on. Yeah, I guess one thing I could have done is, I mean, the R was already like 1.8 average, right? It's not like lowering the R would have helped. It's just a good way for these imbalances because I did get stopped on imbalances pretty much, but it's very like tight stops. So who knows? I was running that really fast, so yeah. Anyhow, that's gonna be a 70% win rate on 8 trades. That isn't a high sample size, by the way, guys. So don't look at this and think like, oh wow, this guy's always hitting 75%. But in reality, my win rate's more around like 70%, not 75. Like, yeah. So yeah, mostly I don't even really focus on what time of the day it is for trading. Okay, that's I can see volatility when I see it. Like the way you saw me trade right there, it's gonna consolidate an impulsive move whenever it happens, right? So yeah, let's see right there. There's no point in me putting BE even. My average trade duration is 18 hours, which comes throughout the day. Sometimes my trade. So this is an example more of high time frame swings. I'll do another backtesting session for lower time frame scalps. For lower time frame, my average duration is like somewhere between 2 to 3 hours, but it's the same as both 1.8 or like 2 to 1. Yeah, so one trade every 1 to 2 days approximately. 6 total winners, 2 losers. the losers actually like get invalidated pretty quickly compared to the winners, so that's a plus. And we're gonna end it right there, baby. Unless Ab's got some question.
No questions. Maybe we could have um did a whole month instead of 2 weeks, because he only took like 8 trades.
Yeah, true, but too long, bro.
Too long.
Damn, I got fucked on those stop losses though.
You want me to stop recording? Yeah.
Yeah.